Hey, friend, welcome back to another episode of the She's Making an Impact podcast. I'm your host, Terra DeMerchant. Today, we get to talk about 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. It says to cast all of our care on God because he cares for us, to cast all of our anxieties, all of the things that are weighing us down. I think the key to this is the second half of the verse. It's because he cares for us. So what are the things that we care about? What are the things that cause us anxiety? Well, there's really four different areas that come to my mind. And they're needs. They're not just wants, they're needs. And I think that's the reason why things cause us anxiety. It's because it's something that we actually need. So there's physical needs, there's relationship needs, emotional ones, spiritual ones. There's these different areas of our lives that they're legitimate needs that we have. And so when a need doesn't feel like it's being met, then it creates turmoil inside, an anxiousness, a burden, something that weighs us down. So this verse, 1 Peter 5:7, says to cast all of those things onto God, and it says because he cares for us. So it says because he cares for you. So how do I know that he cares for me? I think it's because he has a track record of showing and proving that he cares for his people. So let's look at that for a minute. Some of the ones, the physical ones, let's look at these areas, the physical needs that we have. If he's proven time and time again that he will physically take care of the needs of his people and his creation, then that would give me confidence that he will take care of my needs. So let's look at a couple of examples. One of the first ones that comes to my mind about taking care of needs and his ability to be able to take care of our needs is a story where Jesus feeds 5,000 men plus women and children. So it's probably close to 10, 15,000 people potentially, maybe more than that. But, these people have come and they have listened to Jesus teach all day long. And now they're hungry and they've run out of food. And the disciples are like, how are we going to send them all home? How are we going to take care of them? And then one of them finds like this boy who has a lunch, who has like 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And, he's got this food, but they're like, how is that going to help us with like all these thousands of people? And Jesus says, he says, break them into groups. And he takes that food and he thanks the Father for it. And then he starts opening it up, breaking the bread and giving it to the disciples to give to the people. And everybody ate until they were full. And then there was some left over too, to take care of the ones who were serving. So it didn't look like there was enough to meet the need. But because Jesus is a miracle working God, he was able to take the little that was there and multiply it to take care of all of the physical need that they had. The creator of the universe spoke all of these things that we see into existence. So by his word alone, all of these things that we see, if we go through creation in the beginning of the Bible in Genesis chapters 1 and 2, if we look at that and he speaks it into existence, it comes from nothing. That's another example of him physically being able to take care of things. He can actually just speak it into existence. How cool is that? I think about the children of Israel. They've disobeyed. They have not, done what God wanted them to do in going in and taking possession of the promised land. They're in the wilderness for 40 years. So they're not there because God wanted them to be there. They're there because they disobeyed. And yet God still, even in that time, he still took care of them. It says that their feet did not swell, that their shoes did not wear out, and he actually fed them. He fed them manna that would just fall every morning so that they could go out and gather it and eat on that day. On those, it fell every day except on the Sabbath, when he had commanded them to rest and to worship him and not to work on that day. So instead of it falling on that day, enough fell the day before so that they could gather enough so that they would have it for 2 days. So he took care of them. He physically provided for them. He provided for them to be able to be taken care of when they obeyed him too. I love that. How cool is that? So physically, he has this track record. When they didn't have water, Moses he said, strike the rock, and water comes out and provides for them. Even when God said, speak to the rock, and he struck the rock instead, God still provided water for them. When they got tired of just having manna, they wanted meat, so he sent quail. So he over and over took care of his people in the Old Testament. Jesus demonstrated being able to take care physically of the physical needs of people in the New Testament. So in Hebrews 13:8, it says Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. So if he has taken care of the physical needs all of this time, he will take care of ours. So 1 Peter 5:7, cast all of your anxiety on him because he cares for you. So the physical needs that we have, he will take care of. He took care of them then. He will take care of us now. So there's relational needs, which lead to emotional needs too. And we need friendship. We need communion. He made us to be in need of relationship. But ultimately, I think about how he solved this. Now, he gives us people, and we need people. We need friendship. But when it's just we're alone, and we're in our office, or we're in bed at night, or we're at home alone, or we're in our car alone, we never have to give into this feeling of I have no one, because I love this. He says he will never leave us and he will never forsake us. See, when Jesus came and lived and died and rose from the dead and then went back to heaven, he says, I'm going so that I can send you the helper, the comforter. See, the Holy Spirit comes to live inside of us when we know Jesus as our Savior. When we've been born into God's family and his Spirit comes to live inside of us, we're never alone. We're never alone at that point, right? It's not just that God is everywhere. It's literally the God of the universe lives inside of those of us who know him. So we really are not alone. How cool is that? So emotionally, when we're dealing with ups and downs and the things that worry us, I love this verse in Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3. It says, you will keep in perfect peace all who trust in you, all whose thoughts are fixed on you. So if we're worried about the things and our minds are fixed on the things that we're needing, on the things that are happening around us, the unrest all around us, if our mind is fixed on those things, we are going to be worried. But if we will fix our eyes on the one who will take care of us in the middle of all of what is happening, then he will keep our minds and keep us in perfect peace, in calm. He will keep us as we trust in him. And then and lastly, spiritually, we have spiritual needs. We have been separated from God, and he has met that spiritual need by sending Jesus. Romans 8:32, the last time that one of the last podcasts that we talked about in Romans chapter 8, but verse 32 says, he who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also, along with Jesus, along with him, graciously give us all things? So the fact that the God of the universe graciously provided salvation for us by giving his own son to die in our place, that is a reason to believe that he will take care of us, that he will graciously give us all things, so that we can have confidence, as this verse in 1 Peter says, we can have confidence to cast our cares, to throw our cares, to lay the things down that are weighing us down, to give them to God because he cares for us. We're not giving them to someone who doesn't care for us. We're not giving them and entrusting our cares and our worries and the things that are concerning us. We're not just throwing them to anyone. We are giving them to the God of the universe, who cares about us, who knows us, who knows our name, who knit us together before we, were born, who knit us together in our mother's womb, who knows the number of hairs on our head, who knows all about us, loves us deeply, and was willing to die himself in our place. That is the confidence, because we have confidence in him, that we will be taken care of. So that gives us, because he cares for us, that means we can give him the things that we care about. I hope this gives you peace today as you think about the truths that we've talked about, that it gives you confidence that you will be taken care of. I love you, friend. Reach out if you need someone to pray with you. We would love to encourage you in your walk with the Lord. And don't forget, you can download Rachel's free resource, Who God Says I Am, at rachelngom.com/Who God Says I Am. Powerful verses to help us focus on what God says about us, and knowing whose we are, and that he will love us and take care of us. Have a great day.